Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? You already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the morning times, and I promise y'all it's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out of the way, man. That's it. That's all I want you to do, man. I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you to leave your family. I don't want you to go to jail. How many times I'm gonna tell y'all this, man? We gotta do the right thing out here, man, because jail is not the place we wanna go. We don't wanna go to a place we're gonna be forgotten, man. When you go to prison and jail, you be forgotten about, man. People forget about you. And that's just how it go, man. So let's just stay out here, turn our life around, because the streets and getting in trouble is not the answer. That's not the answer. If y'all don't know by now, every time a year goes by and you see that you still in the streets and you ain't accomplishing nothing except putting yourself in jail or worse, that's when you know, man, the streets don't matter no more, man. So you get out the streets. That's all I'm telling y'all, man. You better get out the streets if you don't want to go to jail or worse. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Knew Him from the Streets. Part 1. Crazy situation, crazy story, but we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man. Crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, I have seen this happen a lot, man. Like, it be people in there, just say, if I'm cool with somebody, me and this dude been cool for a minute, I got his back, he got my back. Here comes somebody off the street that I don't even know, but it's his homeboy. And now I inherit this maniac, man. But that's just how penitentiary is, man. You inherit maniacs, man. Like, it's like you have the option to be like, I'm not gonna be with this, and y'all do whatever. But it's like leaving your man on stuck. So like, you see this situation happen a lot, man. When somebody comes in, you know him from the street, and you gotta rock with them, or you think you gotta rock with them, man. Like, I started changing the narrative on that, man, because everybody that came from the street, man, they weren't all official. Just like I've been away from them a minute, they've been away from me a minute, man. So people change, man. So I went on that, y'all. So with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We are on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 4B for this one, y'all. Downstairs, 4 building game, man. Trying to make it, man. Been out the hole for like 4 months. This is around the time where I'm trying to chill, get a little paper, trying to find a route, man. I'm not trying to be sitting in this building with no route, man. Like, route was the only thing on my mind. Trying to find something to get some money, man. Trying to find a way to get some money. That's what I was trying to do. My mind was on getting to that bag. That's the only thing I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about nothing else. So the whole time I was in 4B, man, I'm sitting here and I'm just watching dudes get money in my face. And I won't hating, but it's just like, I know I'm a get money type of dude. So like, I want to get money. Like, I knew I can get money, but it wasn't a good situation. And I had to be able to live with that, man. So with all that going on, like me having to buy from people and me not having no situation going on, man, I just fell back in chill mode, man. You know what I mean? I had a few dollars saved up from when I was just upstairs in 4C before I went to the hole. And I was job all right, man. I probably like 500 in a cut. You know what I mean? Something I can keep 200 to the side, 300 to the side to make a play on a roller, or somebody needs some help, or somebody need gas money to do anything. I was that guy, man, because I had a few dollars. So the whole time in the 4B, man, I'm messing with a couple of dudes in there, man. The first dude I'm rocking with, man, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was from Norfolk, my homeboy from Norfolk. Now another dude I was rocking with, man, we're gonna call him James. Now James was another cool dude from Norfolk, man. Like, for real, like, James was the type of dude, like, he was definitely not looking for no problems, but he was one of those dudes, if you get him wrong, he gonna go. And that's just what it was. Like, I seen him fight a few times. I'm not gonna say he was the best fighter, But at the same time, James gonna rock. He gonna rock every time. And like everybody knew that because he ended up coming to 4B for getting rumbling in 2 building. So everybody already knew he had a go switch and he would go. But that's not the reason why I'm rocking with him. I'm rocking with him just because I haven't known bro for a minute. And bro, a cool dude. Like I already know he's not a crash out. He's not someone that's gonna get me involved in some BS. And I ain't gotta, you know what I mean? I ain't gotta jump out there and do crazy stuff behind him. And it's vice versa. So like that's what made our friendship kind of like close and tight. We used to go outside, work out together, mess with the la-la together. We did everything kind of like together. We ate together, did everything. Like when you see me, majority of the time, you're going to see him. You know what I mean? So my other homeboy used to come around, but he was a little bit older than us. But he used to be the one that kind of like be schooling us and giving us the game on a lot of things. And like him and James kind of like will get into it about a lot of things. Not a lot of things, but like just certain things because he would always tell James what he messing up at. Like that's why our homeboy was for, the bro from Norfolk. Like he would tell us when we messing up. He would tell us like, yo, don't do that. And I guess he felt like he should do that because he was older than us. And we didn't look at him as no clown. You know what I mean? So we respected him. We didn't look at him like how people be looking at dudes like unks now. Like he was just an older dude from Norfolk, like older than us. So we would listen to him because we knew he had our best interest. You know what I mean? So he used to always get on James. Like James used to be the type that, you know, he'll let something small get him like riled up a little bit. Like something as small as he had next in the hot water line, or this guy right here might have changed the channel, like, you know, because James didn't have a TV. You know what I mean? He came from a level 2 where you didn't have no TV except the TV in the dorm. But when he got to Sussex 2, after they shipped him to Sussex 2, like he just never got a TV. So I don't think he really cared about the TV. But when he come out in the pod, like it was a sports event on or something like that, James always wanted to watch it. So sometimes he wouldn't be able to have that situation because people would already be watching TV. So he used to get mad slightly, and that's when bro from the town used to come and be like, yo, look, chill out, man. Y'all wild. Don't be doing this, bro. Don't forget that TV, bro. That TV ain't nothing. That ain't your TV. He used to come telling that, and him and James used to go back and forth, but James used to always get the message. Bro had his best interest at heart, y'all. So boom. So after a little time in the block, kind of like me and James, you know, we ain't getting into stuff, man. Like the majority of the people that's in the block, I would say would be the red team in Richmond. Now, Norfolk had me, my homeboy, James, and a couple of other dudes that was older from Norfolk in there. So it won't like being upstairs when I had everybody up there from the town. So this was like, we was definitely outnumbered, but like I'm the type of dude, I'm the mingle king. So I know how to mingle and move around. I'm not getting into it with people. Like everybody jive rock with me. Like when it's a situation, that's when you're supposed to make something happen. But other than that, me and James and my homeboy, like we ain't in the pod pushing stuff. And plus we know we outnumbered anyway. So if the situation come up, we already know we gotta come correct. So we moving right in that joint. So the whole time we in that joint, I never put bro through a situation, but bro, my homeboy, like when I first came in that pod, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, when I first came in that pod, man, it was somebody that I knew from the streets, man. It was somebody that I knew from the streets. And he came out the hole, he came into 4B. And he didn't even last long because when he came into 4B, he was a red team member. So when he came in our joint as a red team member, the red team was trying to say bro wasn't right. You know what I mean? He was trying to say his big homie was this, and they was going back and forth. This is still early in the red and blue team era. Like the blue team ain't even really there. But this is all red team. But like this is early in the era. But they going back and forth about who's right about this and this and this. Either way, I just got mad because I'm right there with them. I'm holding them down on some maniac. Like I'm just thinking like a psycho. I'm right there holding them down. When I'm holding them down, of course James got to hold me down. So it was like a big confrontation out in the pod. Like the red team's ready to jump on them. Me, I'm out there. My other homeboy from Norfolk that's out there. We all out there trying to keep this thing a one-on-one or whatever the case. But you know we're not on a red team, so this is hard to do. But bro, I know bro from the street. You know what I mean? I know dude from the street. So I'm trying to alleviate this situation. Long story short, man, nothing happened. Nothing happened, man. But James was right there on the front line. And James told me, like, that's how we carried it. If you wrong, like, let's not be afraid to tell each other that we wrong. Like, we got to learn from our mistakes. James came and told me that day. He was like, yo, look, bro, we can't be having no dude around that's going to have us crashing out. Plus dude on the red team. Like, we don't need to be jumping out there for him anyway. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? I was like, that was my fault, man. You know what I mean? Stuff started happening. Next thing you know, bro get to rumbling with his roommate that was the red team. He go to the hole. So I was happy that situation kind of ironed itself out like that. But like, that was James right there proving that he had my back. You know what I mean? But I vowed to myself, like, I started seeing things. I'm not going to be putting people in a predicament over people that they don't know. And I told myself that, man, I was going to stick to that right there, man. So I'll say probably like now I'm in the block for over 4 months now. 4 months, 5 months. It's going into like summertime, you know what I mean? It's a brand new year slightly. So everybody's feeling good. I still don't have a route. But I can remember being outside on the yard. We outside on the yard, everything going smooth. I catch my man coming from the little gym joint. He over here like, so we at on yard 2. They right there. I can just walk to the fence over this way and talk to them right there. They're coming out the gym. So I'm talking to my homeboy right there at the gym, kicking it with my homeboy. So I look. When I look to my right, this is the part of the gate where across from that is the basketball courts. You walk further down where we came in at in the gate, the big yard, where I be telling you about the big yard, that's across from us. So like where I'm at, I'm facing this way because the gym is right here. Like if you come all the way down the boulevard, the gym is gonna be at the end. It ain't no more walking space where the gym is at. So that's what I'm talking to. So when I look back, I seen James talking to this dude, and James was walking kind of like walking slow with him. And dude is walking down on the joint, you know what I mean? So my man, he was like, yo, we about to leave out, bro. He was like, look, man, just send me that kite and holler at you. So I'm like, all right. So he got me up through the gate. He dipped, bro, shoot through the gate. So that's when I kind of like started walking, and I kind of catch up to James a little bit. So as I'm catching up to James, I see him talking to a dude that's on the other side of the gate that's pushing a cart. He's pushing a cart, but I don't really see nothing in the cart. And he didn't have like clothes, like he was getting out the hole or nothing like that. But I'm seeing this dude. So I see him. The dude look like he probably way older than us. First of all, this dude look like he's probably like 50. You know what I mean? I give him 50. He like 50, and we in our early 20s. I give him about 50. He had a bald head already. He was one of them dudes that kind of like had a stupid walk, and he had a beer belly. You know what I mean? He had a real gut. Like he was one of them dudes. He would walk. He was just like blood, gut was poking out. He was just talking to James, and James like, yeah, James kicking it with him. So James was like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So we get a little closer. So I'm like, man. So dude get ready to dip. You know what I mean? So dude just keep walking, you know what I mean? But I didn't even see him stop by 4 buildings. So, because when he kept walking, I told James, I was like, what's up? What was dude? He was like, oh, man, yeah, man. He was like, man, that's Marcus, man. Man, that's Marcus. We gonna call him Marcus. He was like, man, that's Marcus, man. Yeah, man. He was like, man, I know him from the street, man. I used to live next door to him. He lived out such neighborhood, da-da-da-da. He was like, bro, you know who peoples he is? So he trying to tell me, and I'm like for real? He like, yeah, that's they peoples. Like they all related. They all from this area. They all related to them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I still don't know, dude. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. I was like, so where you going at? He was like, he coming to our pod. I'm like, he coming to our pod? He was like, yeah. He was like, he just got up here. He said they put him in 2 buildings, but he said they put him in a non-smoking game. You know what I mean? So he say he had to get up out that joint and come down. You know what I mean? He thought they was gonna move him to another part in 2 building. They told him they was moving him to 4 building. So they moved him all the way across the yard to 4B game, y'all. So boom. Now, I won't trip about that, but still though, like I saw the warm welcoming that James gave him though. James gave this guy kind of like, yo, I rock with you, da-da-da-da. Plus he telling me he know him from the street. Cool. So when we come off the rec yard, we go back in the pod. We go out in the pod, man. I get a good look at dude. You know what I mean? He's sitting on the table. He got his stuff right there. I guess he didn't want to take his stuff in the cell 5 because that's what cell he moving into. He didn't want to take his stuff in the cell 5 because the dude from cell 5 was outside. This is another black dude from Richmond, you know what I mean? So he was outside, so he did the right thing. He waited till dude come. He still had all his property and everything right there. So dude came back in. That's when he got up off the table. James came back in. James started talking to him. So James let him know who dude was, who sleep in that cell. So dude come back in, you know what I mean? They get acquainted. He hollered at him, dude go back in. So the whole time this is going on, James is talking to the dude. James at his door, kicking it with him. So me and my other homeboy, the one I told y'all that be schooling us, he kind of like sitting with me and we watching this from a distance. And we see kind of like what he doing and like we looking at it and we like, man, he must be really rock with dude, man. So my homeboy was like, man, see if James get him something to eat, man. I was like, dude from the town, you know what I mean? I was like, see if James get him something to eat. James might need something to eat. He just got up here. I was like, nah, James, he ain't just get up here. James said he was in 2 buildings. So they put him in a non-smoking game and that's why he over here. So he was like, oh, all right. So James finished kicking it with him. So dude walk over to him and James walk over to the table we was at. There was 2 seats. It was me and my homeboy and they coming this way. It was me and my homeboy already sitting there and they walking our direction. So they pull up. James was like, hey fellas, man, look, man. It's my homeboy Marcus right here, man. He was like, man, you know, cool dude, man. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say he raised me. He threw a little jab at him. He was like, I ain't gonna say he raised me, but he used to hang with my daddy, man. And like, you know what I mean? Family friend, man. So, you know, I rock with him, man. He just getting up here, man. He big, you know what I mean? But he up here with us now. Dude was like, what's up, fellas? He had a dumb, his voice was super stupid. He was like, what's up, fellas? What's good? How y'all doing? He was like, you know, like, if anything, like Norfolk has a dudes from Norfolk, we have like a certain language. We have a certain type of accent. Like, You can kind of tell a Norfolk dude, just like how you can tell a Richmond dude, just like how you can tell a Portsmouth dude. Like you can tell the difference in the slang or the way he talk. This man talking, what's up, fellas? I ain't never heard that. What's up, fellas? I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He like, no, I ain't nothing, man. This movie, it's in the non-smoking pod, man. I ain't want to stay in there. Like, it was too many old dudes in there. I wanted to say, you ain't far off from being old. I ain't say that. He like, yeah, too many old dudes in there. I'm just trying to get somewhere where I can bed, man. Like, I'm just trying to bed. Like, you know, I was happy to see James over here. You know, seeing James over here was all right, man. You know what I mean? This is my little nephew, man. I rock with him, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, like, this man sound like a bootleg New York dude mixed with Jersey, y'all. So boom. I don't know what he sound like. It didn't sound like Norfolk, though. I ain't even gonna lie. But still, though, like, he broke down everything. And, you know, that was cool. You know what I mean? That was, I didn't even have nothing really to talk about with him. Like, and I'm not saying I caught a bad vibe off him. It was just, you know what I mean? Like, still, like, when new people come around, after you learn from mistakes, you get a feeling, and you get a different feeling, like, can I hang with this dude? Like, I don't know, because I don't really want to hang with everybody. Like, I'm funny like that to this day. I don't have to hang with nobody. So, like, to see dude trying to come into the team, I didn't have a problem with it. He was from Norfolk. He was a short dude with a beer belly, so he looked like he probably didn't pose a threat, like nobody was going to be scared of him. But if he wanted to, you know what I mean? If James was vouching for him, I'm going to let James make that play, man. So he kicked it with us for a minute, and it was time to leave. So when it was time to leave, my homeboy called me to his cell. Now, I'm sleeping in cell 26. My homeboy that's from Norfolk, the old head, not the old head, but the one that was older than us that be schooling us, he's sleeping cell 31. So he called me to his cell. So before we about to lock down, so I go to his cell. He like, hey, look. He was like, man, I don't know about dude, man. He was like, man, I get a bad feeling about dude. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I don't think nephew's supposed to be rocking with him, man. I was like, why you say that? He was like, man, I just get a bad vibe. He was like, when I get these bad vibes, I just kind of stick with my bad vibes. So I'm like, you might just be going a little. I was like, dude, they ain't do nothing yet. You know what I mean? I was like, you can't just single him out like that, bro. He was like, I ain't really trying to single him out. It's just, you know, like I can't really mess around with what he doing. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I kind of get a bad feeling about him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. So, you know, I put that in the brain. That's cool. So I ain't say that about it when we come back out. I look up, I see him on the phone. Look like James gave him a three-way. So James walk over there where I was at. I'm like, yo, what's up? I was like, what's up with dude though, man? I was like, bro, say he ain't really. He was like, who? He called my homeboy. And he was like, man, he worried everybody, man. He was like, man, he good, man. He was like, man, he grew up, man, live right by me, bro. Like I've known him my whole life. Like he ain't, you know what I mean? He was like, this ain't his first bid either. I was like, it's not. He was like, nah. He was like, he did like 15 back in the day. You know what I mean? He came home when I was young, you know, he back again. I was like, how much time he got now? He was like, he got another 15 piece. I was like, back to back 15 pieces. I was like, man, what this man think he Tim Tebow? So boom. I was like, man, this man wilding, man. Like, this is crazy right here, man. But to have a 15 piece and bring back a 15 piece is diabolical. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. This man said he got 15 more years. I'm like, 15 more years. He like, yeah, bro, he be robbing banks with notes. I'm like, robbing a bank with a note? He be like, yeah, man, that man will rob a bank with a note quick. He was like, that's what he'll do. He was like, man, that man rob a bank and freaking just walk in the teller and had the teller the note. Walk out of that joint with $1,500. He good. I'm like, bro, who robs a bank for $1,500? I didn't even know about the note game at this particular moment, but just him giving me the dude rap sheet, I'm like, this is crazy. So he was like, nah, he basically broke it down like, yo, dude, maniac, but he fam. You know what I mean? So everything was going good. Bro was in the pod. What I did notice about him that, like, for his first week or two that he was in our pod, he'll come around, but he didn't come around us like that. He didn't come around us like that, man. So the whole time in the pod, it was this dude in there, you know what I mean? He was from the 804, but he was in a cell with a gay dude that looked like freaking Yoshi off Mario Brothers in the face, man. Like, we used to bait this nigga, man. They had a freaking Yoshi head, man. So he was in the cell with him, but they never caused no threat to nobody because they stayed in the cell. Only time they would mess around is when they mess around with each other, you know what I mean? So the whole time we in the block, the dude Marcus, like I say, he wasn't coming around us like that. He would come around, but he wouldn't come around us like that. And that looked weird from a dude from Norfolk, like, but I'm being biased at this particular moment, y'all. Y'all know why I'm being biased, cause he from the town, but still though, I kind of give dudes the benefit of the doubt when you from the town. I'm not saying the town can't shake, rattle, and roll, y'all, but like, I give dudes from Norfolk the benefit of the doubt, y'all, so boom. So that's why I didn't scan him yet. I know y'all like, why you ain't scan? I didn't scan him yet, just because, like, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see him acting like that. I didn't see him on the yard acting like that. He been in our pod like almost 2 weeks now. I haven't seen nothing. But he job was an alright dude. I ain't even gonna lie. But at the same time, though, like, I started noticing, like what I started noticing that he was like, though, because nobody really would talk to the dude, not the gay dude that's in the cell like Yoshi, the other dude that's from the 804. Nobody really would talk to him like that. Not even dudes from the 804. Like, he's a known shake, rattle, and roller. He's in the cell with somebody. So he definitely shake, rattle, and roll. You know what I mean? But people just let him stay in his bowl. Like, this is what you want to do? That's what you want to do. So nobody really kicked it with him, not even dudes from the Richmond. So Marcus, I started seeing him. I look up. He walking laps with the dude around the pod. So I ain't paying no mind. I'm a dude walking laps. You know what I mean? He looking crazy. You know, he got that beard, but he walking laps. He like, his laps look stupid. He was like, he had the dumbest walk in the world. So I'm on the phone looking at him walk laps with the dude. You know what I mean? So I'm like, they jump crazy. So when he come around the third time, I'm like, man, I had enough of this. He come around, he was like, I was like, hey, hold on right quick. Could be in his future. I'm like, he was like, what you doing? Why you put me on hold? I'm like, yo, my bad. He came around again. I was like, yo, one more time. Hold on, one more time. She was like, hold on. I was like, hold on. I told you it could be in his future. I was like, I knew it, man. Like, what you talking about? I was like, nothing, my bad. I'm like, well, look, though, I'm gonna holler back, though, man. She was like, all right, I hang the phone up, boom. So I hang the phone up. I went to holler at my homeboy up the steps. I go up the steps fast. I was like this. Get up the steps. I said, you came to do. I was like, hey, bro. I said, man, I think dude shake, rattle, and roll. He was like, who? I was like, I think the dude Marcus just came in the pod. So he like, why you say that? I'm like, man, look who you walking laps with. So my homeboy was like, watch out. I move out of the way. He was like, what are you walking laps with him for, Ace? I was like, man, I don't know, man. I was like, oh, that's a good question. He was like, where James at? I was like, man, I don't know. I said, I'm about to go find him, though. I'll be back. He said, get my door open, that cell break. I said, all right, I shoot back down the steps. Look, I see James was standing by his cell. I said, yo, what's up, bro? He was like, what's up? I was like, man, what's up with your man? He was like, what? I said, look at him. He was like, oh, walking laps with dude. I'm like, yeah. I was like, man, I think he shake, rattle, and roll. He was like, man, I know him from the street, man. Trust me, man. Like, that man used to mess with my aunt. Man, that man got kids. Man, this, that. He was talking like the man was a superhero, y'all. So boom. And the whole time, this man was a two-time loser, man. Back-to-back 10 Tebow sentences, man. 15 years back-to-back game. Think I care about this guy? This guy don't freaking care about himself. But I'm just listening to bro kind of defend him. Like, nah, bro, I know him from the street. No, bro. Yeah, he cool dude, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, listen. How long you been locked up? He was like, what do you mean how long I've been locked up? I said, bro, how long you been locked up, bro? I said, I've been locked up since 2000, bro. How long you been locked up? He was like, since 2001. I said, bro, listen. So he ain't been around him in a minute, man. He was like, man, look, man, I'm telling you, man, the man don't get down like that, bro. I said, look, if we find out he getting down like that, you gonna cut him off? He was like, I mean, I might don't deal with him like that, but I ain't gonna cut him off, bro. Like, he a family friend, though. So I'm just, you know, I'm asking questions because I have to be sure about how this whole situation gonna turn out, man. Like, I gotta be sure about this, like, you know what I mean? Like bro putting all his eggs in one basket, talk about he'll still rock with this dude, which you still can. I'm not excluding, like, you can't deal with nobody because they shake, rattle, and roll. I just know a lot comes behind somebody that be shake, rattle, and roll. Pause. Like, it does. So on that bro they call cell break. Our homeboy come down the steps. He come down the steps with his bowl. He come to the table we was at. We was standing by the table now. He was like, hey, look, man. He said, man, I tell you, I get a bad vibe about your homeboy, man. You still ain't gonna listen to me, man. Every time I tell you things, giving you all the right conversations, you still ain't gonna believe what I tell you. Man, that's my word. James was like, because you don't be right about everything, OG. You don't be right about everything, man. Come on, man. Like, I know dude from the street, man, like a family friend, da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, that's what's up, you know what I mean? But he don't even know. I have seen, like, brothers. I have seen, like the shake, rattle, and roll, like, dudes that turn a whole new leaf. And you will see a dude going that direction, man. Like, you will see a dude going that direction. Like, he always wanted to shake, rattle, and roll, y'all. So, boom. So, he ain't gotta listen to us. Our homeboy was giving him the count. He don't have to listen. But he got his mind made up about the jump. And I just started seeing him watch the dude walk laps with him. So, like, on the fourth lap, James was like, hey, Marcus, let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you right quick. He was like, hold on. I'll catch you. I'm going to come back and holler at you, man. I'm going to come back and holler at you. Came back. He was like, what's up? James was like, he threw a combo. He was like, he was slow as hell trying to block the combo. He was like, what's up? He was like, look, man, what the hell you hanging with dude for, man? He was like, what? What's wrong with him? He was like, man, what do you mean what's wrong with him, man? He was like, dude, shake, rattle, and roll, man. He was like, what's shake, rattle, and rolling? He was like, man, look, you know who he in the cell with? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, he messed with them boys, man. He was like, so what? I do too.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.